Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Lindsay. I'm the host of Happy, Healthy, Stronger. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone had an amazing 2016. 2017 is going to be beautiful. For those of you guys who have New Year's resolutions of health and fitness, I am your girl today because I'm going to give you 10 zero willpower ways to make your health and your nutrition goals for 2017 be ridiculously successful. Okay, now let's start right away with number one. Number one, we have to change our mindset. Now, what does that mean? I'm sure you've heard me say this, but if you eat yuck most of the time and occasionally you eat well, this does nothing for that occasional yummy meal that you have. Now, the opposite is true, and it's really fortunate because if you eat well most of the time and occasionally you eat something yuck, this too does nothing. So here's the mindset change. Let's change to have a lifestyle and enjoy our life and not a diet. The diet sets you up for failure, just the word alone, and I want to tell you why. Let's make it practical. You are going to a Panthers game, for example, or a hockey game, football game, whatever it is, and you're with a whole bunch of your friends on Saturday night, and everybody's eating pizza and drinking Coke, and you're like, I really want to do this, and I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to have it, and I'm going to start again on Monday. So you have not one slice, you have like 3 slices and a Coke, and the next day is Sunday, and you're not starting till Monday, so you binge all day on Sunday saying, oh, I'm starting on Monday, I can have whatever I want to eat today. And people tend to really binge when they know they're starting a diet. And then what ends up happening is you have this roller coaster of binging and not binging, binging and then not binging. And it's really, really bad for your weight, but mostly it's bad for your mind because you're continually telling yourself that you failed, number one, and number two, you're starting and going and starting and going. It's not a great way to live your life. Now, let's do this same scenario as if you had chosen the lifestyle way of dealing with when you're with your friends at a baseball game or a football game or where it would be. And it's Saturday night, and your friends say, oh, just have a slice. So you have 1 slice of pizza, and you have a couple sips of the Coke. And then that night, you remain good. The next day, you eat normal, which is well, and so on and so forth. You never have to worry. You're continually eating well, and that occasional time you have something yuck, it literally does nothing as long as it's occasional. You don't have to miss those times when it's a birthday party. Enjoy your life. Just take it as a lifestyle and not a diet, and then you'll never fail. Okay, that's number one. Number two. Number two is really easy and hard to do at the same time. But let's do it the zero willpower way. Do not have simple carbohydrates by themselves. Okay, so you can have some, but don't have them by themselves. Now this is your white bread, your white flour, your croissants, bagels, cookies, cakes, muffins, all those things. Okay, I do not want you to have them. Of course, like the bagels, the muffins, and those things, you want to have occasionally anyway. But when you do have them, put something on them that's either a protein or a fat. So when they churn and they're all together in your stomach, they're not processed as a simple carbohydrate. And this is why. Because a simple carbohydrate is already broken down to its final stage of digestion over here. So when you swallow it, it's immediate gas in your engine. And that means if you're not going to go run a marathon like I always say, then that's going to go, I have to get rid of this right now. So insulin comes in, and insulin's a fat storing hormone. That is going to your butt, that is going over here, that's going wherever it's going to go, and you don't want that. Plus your insulin levels, or rather your glucose levels, are going up and down, up and down, up and down, and that is not conducive to weight loss either, or to maintaining your weight, or to even maintaining health. That is a hazard. So you don't want to have them alone. That's not to say you can have them occasionally, but don't have them alone. Okay, that's tip number 2. Tip number 3. Get some really good quality sleep. A lot of you say, oh, Lindsay, I don't have more hours in the day to go to sleep. I have so much work to do. Get better quality sleep. Then if you can't add more sleep, get better quality sleep. What does that mean? Well, invest in your bed. I always say that. My bed is probably where the most money is spent in my house. I have amazing sheets. I have a bed that I want to go into. I feel like it's butter when I get into, and I just pass out and sink into my bed. Get really good pillows. Get a really good mattress. It's the best investment you can do. And here's why. People that sleep and have the proper amount of sleep do not crave simple carbohydrates, chips, cakes, cookies, muffins. They just want them, but they're not desperate for them like some people get. And I'll tell you why. If your body wants to go to sleep and you're saying, no, I want you to stay up, your body is going to crave instantly, innately, without you even thinking about it. They're going to crave your body's going to crave simple carbohydrates because, again, it's already digested over here. It's instant gas, and it's going to wake you up right away. So that's why your body craves those things. It's not something that a little bit of training as well, but it's can be very easily avoided if you get the proper amount of sleep, and much easier to avoid and to tame. So I'm not going to eat that. It's a lot harder when you're really tired. So more sleep. Okay, so tip number 4. You have to drink more water. And that's not to say iced tea, or that's not to say lemonade. I mean water. Now, why water? Well, thirst is often masked by hunger. I want to say that again. Thirst is often masked by hunger. What does this mean? When you are not a drinker, we are walking around, at least 60% of us, from the research, in a dehydrated state. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete, if you're not an athlete, or if you have a sedentary job or you don't. People are dehydrated. Just because you're not working outside in the heat, and just because you're not running a marathon, does not mean that you're not dehydrated. And because thirst is masked by hunger, what ends up happening when your body needs water, I don't mean craves water, I mean needs water, you crave food, because that's where you have been giving your body its hydration, through food. So oftentimes when people add more water to their diet and to their daily activity or daily anything, they find that they do not crave as much food. Your caloric intake will go down because you satiated that need from water where you were getting it from the food prior to that. So what I suggest you do, zero willpower, this is an easy one too, is make sure you have water before every meal. Have 6 to 8 ounces of water before a meal, and in between if you can. It really helps. Before you go to a restaurant, make sure you have a glass of water, especially because it really does change everything. Okay, so that was tip number 4. Tip number 5, don't go shopping hungry. This is also an easy one, but I have to tell you, for me, it's a little more difficult than the other ones because I don't like to go to the supermarket unless I'm hungry. That's the only time I ever want to go, but I have a family to feed, so I do anyway. But now I'm writing a list, right? At least on my phone, putting a list on my phone, and I'm not going to get anything that's off my list because I'm not hungry. When you shop hungry, your judgment is so skewed. You're just, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. And when you get home, you've got all this food that normally you wouldn't eat, and then you're going to eat it because it's in your house. Which leads us to tip number 6, which is the golden rule. Do not have it in your house. Don't have anything junky in your house. If it's not there, you can't have it. That 10 o'clock time at night when you're still up and your body wants to go to bed, you're like, no, I got some more work to do. I want to watch this movie, and there's no potato chips in your house and there's no cookies in your house. It's highly unlikely, not impossible, that you're going to go to the store at 10 o'clock at night, put your slippers on and get out of your pajamas and say, you know what, I really want that bag of potato chips. However, if it's in your cabinet because you went shopping hungry or because you brought it home, I guarantee you it's this and done. You're going to eat it. You're not going to care. So if it's not in your house, it's never in my house, regardless if you have kids. See, if it's not good for you, it's not good for your children. We have to remember that. And the kid that doesn't eat a lot, they will not starve. Find other things for your kids to eat, which will be another show. We'll go for alternatives afterwards. So those are the 6 tips that I have for you for nutrition. Now, as far as working out is concerned for the beginning of the year and fitness is concerned, the first tip I want to tell you guys, and it's January and we are at the height of motivation. When you set that New Year's resolution, you're like, I am going to do it this year, and I believe in you. I think you're going to do it this year. I just want to make it a little easy for you. Don't overcommit. What does that mean? Do not say, you know what, this year's going to be amazing. I am going to work out every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll take the weekend off. It's something that you actually probably will not be able to maintain for an entire year or for the rest of your life, which is the goal, right? So you want to choose something. Say, I'm going to ask you guys, if you've never worked out before, if you don't have a regular schedule, I want you to commit in the beginning for 2 times a week. That means you have to go 2 times a week. If you're already working out, commit to 3. Now that doesn't mean you can't go more, but you say to yourself, you know what? Every week I have to do something, whether it's a gym or whatever it is, which is the next one we'll get into. I have to do something for my body at least 2 or 3 times a week, and no more than that in terms of commitment. But anything else I do is an added bonus. So if you only have time for those 3 times, in that 1 week, it's okay. You didn't fail. However, if you set your goals to be 5 days a week and you only did 4 or 3, you're going to feel like you failed yourself. None of that. None of us are failures. We can all do this. So don't overcommit. Now, tip number 8. Tip number 8 is find something that you love, that you absolutely love. It doesn't have to be going to a gym, guys. It really doesn't have to be that. It can be pole dancing. It can be salsa dancing. It can be taking a class outside, yoga. It can be a million different things. It can be a long walk on a beach with a friend 3 times a week. Beach is hard to walk on if you're by a beach. It can be so many different things. Commit to doing a half marathon. Commit to doing a run, and find a way. You can look online on how to do it. Do a 5 minutes, 2 minutes run. There's so many different things you can do. And if you're not one of those people that likes to go to the gym, try a dance class like I mentioned. It is so much fun. Okay? Number 9 is going to be really helpful too. If you're not one of those people that don't like to go to the gym, or if you are one of those people rather, then the next thing you can do for number 9 is find a friend to do this with. It really helps. Find maybe your spouse, one of your kids, find somebody else to commit with you so you hold each other accountable. And not only you hold each other accountable so that it's a little more fun to you. Like for me, I'm okay with or without someone because I want it. And I know you guys want it too because you're watching this. So whether you're with or without someone, but if you feel like you taper off, if you've tried this before and you have really not done so well with yourself and you want to make it really good this time, find someone who has the same feelings as you do and go work out with them. Do the dance class with them or whatever it is that you want to do, yoga, and make it a little social for yourself. It's really nice. Number 10 is believe in yourself. Now, you would not be watching if you didn't want this. So now I want you to not only want this, I want you to say, I can do this. You have to say it out loud. I can do this because you can and you're going to be successful. Give it 6 weeks. Something happens in 6 weeks. You see, the pain that you experience from the sacrifices that you have to make to start doing this, like spending more money on groceries, perhaps, for better food, like giving up the yuck food. That's hard, I know, to not have the food that you really, really like and want. Our tips will help you uncrave them, though. To waking up a little bit earlier, perhaps, and going to do whatever exercise it is that you're going to do, or maybe even after work when you feel a little tired to going to do that. That's another sacrifice. So the pain that you feel from those sacrifices will really quickly be replaced by something ridiculous, and I always say this, absolutely, it's a snowball effect. You're going to want to do this. You're going to want to take care of yourself because it feels amazing and you're going to feel ridiculously alive, and that's what we want. And it takes a period of time. So please, please try your hardest to stick it out for 6 weeks. You can always get me on Facebook at Happy, Healthy, Stronger for any motivation, for any help, or just to talk to me. Completely get me on Facebook, message me, I will message you back. I will help you to achieve your goals. If you're struggling, please let me know. And I want to tell you that the pain that you experience from never starting will last you a lifetime. And that's what you have to consider. We'll be right back for a short break. Okay guys, let's sum it up. The top 10 zero willpower tips for health and nutrition for 2017. Number 1, change your mindset from a diet to a lifestyle and allow yourself to have things. Number 2, no simple carbohydrates by themselves. Not alone. Impossible. Not happening, right? Number 3, get more sleep so we don't crave those simple carbohydrates. Number 4, drink more water. Thirst is masked by hunger. Not anymore because we're drinking water. Number 5, don't shop hungry. Make a list. Don't bring it home, which is number 6. Never bring it home. Golden rule. Not allowed in your house. 0. Not even from a restaurant. It's got to be thrown out. Okay? Number 7, don't overcommit at the gym or whatever exercise you're doing. 2 to 3 times a week is your full commitment level, and anything else you do is an added bonus. And number 8, find something that you love, that you adore, something that makes you feel incredible. Number 9, pick a friend or your spouse or a son, a daughter, somebody that you really know is on the same level you as commitment, and try and make each other accountable and enjoy it, make it social. And number 10, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Believe that you can do this. Make 2017 absolutely incredible. Once again, you can reach me on Facebook. Have a beautiful day and stay tuned for our raw juice. Bye.